Hi everyone, let's discuss the natural exponential function, which is the exponential function with base e. If you remember the number e we discussed earlier, 2.71828. So where would this graph fit in conjunction with the ones I have on the screen? Y equals 2 to the x, y equals 3 to the x, y equals 4 to the x. So since e is a number between 2 and 3, more importantly, a number bigger than 1, this will be the exponential growth curve. So all of these curves go through 0, 1, and when you plot the point, just to kind of get your bearings here, the value 1 would go to the value e, and this would fit between the curves 2 to the x and 3 to the x. Let me get a better drawing here. Based upon the base. Okay, so, in a nutshell, it doesn't look a whole lot different than your other exponential growth curves. And everything is, growing steeper and steeper, if you will, by the size of the base. So if you wish to find the domain and the range of a function like the one in the question, which is f of x equals negative e to the negative x plus 4, then I suggest starting with a progression. What does y equals e to the x look like? Then replace x with negative x. What happens graphically? Then multiply by negative 1. And then lastly, add 4. Okay, so y equals e to the x is your basic curve. And at this point, it's still growth. Replacing x with negative x produces a y-axis reflection. And then multiplying by negative 1 would furthermore produce an x-axis reflection. And then lastly, adding 4 would produce a vertical shift up 4 units. Okay, so let's take a look at the graph. If I do a rough sketch of the basic graph, passing through the point 0, 1, having horizontal asymptote y equals 0, and that's your basic guy. Then the graph of y equals e to the minus x would be the y-axis reflection of y equals e to the x. And then furthermore, multiplying by negative 1 would be the x-axis reflection of the previous graph. And then lastly, shifting upwards 4 units, and again I'm squeezing this in freehand, would shift the horizontal asymptote up to y equals 4, would shift the point 0, negative 1 up to the position 0, 3, and the curve would have still maintained its reflected about the x-axis look. Noticing that the domain of a basic exponential curve is all real numbers, the range is based upon the graphing techniques we've applied, and therefore would be minus infinity to 4, 4 not included. Get really close to that asymptote without actually crossing it.